Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is with you fine people out there. I hope everyone's well. Change of plans today. Slenderman stabbing case release hearing. So I saw it last minute and I thought, you know what, let's do this bad boy. Why not? Anyway, here we go. Sarah P is in the house. Welcome and thanks for being here, everybody. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe and notification bell. Yeah, lots of people say they're not getting reminders. So make sure you check the notification bell to make sure that it is working. I've not been getting my own notifications, let alone you guys having them. So please check that it is working. We're also streaming ad free, absolutely. If you'd like to support the channel, PayPal, buy me coffee, obviously memberships, super chats, never required though, and always appreciated. Thank you, Sarah P. Join the alternate corner community. There you go. And yes, I think it's going to be another 3 weeks. I think the store's going to be open for. I know I had a payment go out a couple of days ago, so I need to make sure I cancel and remember to cancel that. But there you go. And then some of the places you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Good morning, Daffodil. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sarah P, good morning, my darling. How are you? There you go. Lady Di, good morning. How are you, Lady Di? Nice to see you. As always. Sue, good morning, afternoon to you, my darling. Hope you're well. Hey. I was going to say this isn't what was scheduled. No, I know I moved it last minute, very last second as well, just to fuck you over a little bit, Hippie Chick, how are you, my darling? Nice shirt. Thanks to Hippie Chick, I have this shirt. I actually wore this shirt yesterday as well. But thank you to you, Hippie Chick. Hippie Chick brought me this all the way from Indiana. Love it. So that's my shirt. Hi, Hippie Chick. Lady Di, morning. Hey, Hippie Chick. See? Nice to see you all here. If you don't remember the Slenderman stabbing case, I thought I'd give you a quick briefing on it because I had to think about what it was initially. But it was a case that happened in, I can't say, Waukesha, in Wisconsin. It was in May 31st, 2014, where two young girls, Anissa Weir and Morgan Geyser. So Morgan Geyser is the one we're covering today. They lured their friend, Peyton Leutner, into a wooded area of a local park and stabbed her 19 times. And they did it to appease a fictional supernatural character called Slenderman and prove that he was real. So, wow. They were all three girls were 12 years old at the time as well. And thankfully, Peyton Leutner, she did survive the attack. And she was found by cyclists later on. And for motivational reasons, look at this. She later stated that the attack inspired her to pursue her career in medicine. So Morgan Geyser is the one we're covering today. She allegedly has shown very little empathy from the day of her arrest all the way through. Weiser, I think, did show guilt for everything. But they both said that the attack was necessary at the time. So in 2017, Wire and Geyser were both found not guilty by mental disease or defect and committed to. So they weren't found guilty; they were found not guilty because of mental conditions. So they went into a mental health institution. Wire received a sentence 25 years to life, and Geyser was sentenced to 40 years to life. Wire was released in 2021 to live with her father. Geyser is due to be released in 2025 to live in a group home and will be under the supervision until 2058. So that's the gist of it. So I don't know. Good morning, Cheating Stacey. How are you? I did not remember. Hello, Sally. How are you, my darling? I didn't remember until I read it. I was like, oh, yeah, seen something about this ages ago, but I don't really remember it. I sort of vaguely remember as well. What state again? Is Waukesha, Wisconsin. Hey, my lovely. I'm glad you got the stragglers off the street. You got them off the street to bring them here. Thank you, Stacey. Wisconsin, yes. So Waukesha, Wisconsin. So I have it ready. Let's see if it. Let me refresh this. Oh, it's not quite. Oh, there's an intro. Hang on, let's play this intro. There's a 2-minute intro to the actual stream. So let me add it in and see what it says. You rounded up the holes. Absolutely, she did. Absolutely, you rode them together. Stacey and I have been in the street since 7:30. And I know. Where's Lady Di? Was she with you at 7:30, or she's a lazy bitch? She's probably in bed still at 7:30. Good morning, Maureen. How are you? Thank you, my darling. How are you? Nice to see you, my darling. Not seen you for ages. Hope you're doing well. So this is the intro. Let's see what they say in the intro.
I just want to let Bella and her family know I'm sorry. I never meant this to happen.
That's Morgan Geyser at her sentencing hearing after pleading guilty to a brutal stabbing that left her friend clinging to life. Geyser and another girl, Anissa Wire, stabbed fellow sixth grader Peyton Bella Lutner after a sleepover at Geyser's home. The girls, who were 12 years old, claimed they carried out the attack over their belief in a fictional internet horror character named Slenderman.
I believed that if I didn't go through with it, Slenderman would come and attack and kill myself, my friends, and my family.
Wire pleaded guilty to being a party to second-degree homicide, while Geyser pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Both girls were deemed not responsible for their actions because of mental illness and ordered to serve their sentences at mental health facilities. 25 years for Anissa Wire, 40 years for Geyser. At a separate plea hearing, the girls described what happened as they attacked their friend on that spring day in 2014.
Morgan asked me whether or not she should do it, and I just wanted it to be over with, so I said, just go berserk, do what you have to do.
I came up from behind her, and I jumped on her. I tackled her, and I stabbed her.
Do you know how many times you did it?
19.
Their victim, 12-year-old Peyton Lutner, was stabbed in her arms, legs, chest, and torso and had multiple surgeries to repair her internal injuries. Anissa Wire was granted conditional release in 2021. Morgan Geyser is requesting conditional release from the mental health facility where she's been kept since 2017.
Hello, Wicked. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. I can imagine. As I wrote down there, as Ashley Betterfield's judge would say, spread those legs, ladies. So there you go. It's good that we can have a laugh sometimes about stuff. If you're new to the channel, then ignore everybody in this chat right now, especially Sarah P. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be covering today: Slender Man stabbing. As I say, I didn't remember until I read up on the case, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I do remember this now." Back in those days, there were a few cases similar to this as well, of people stabbing friends and stuff. So very scary, you know. So we'll see what comes today, but it reads like she's going to be released into some sort of facility, but her companion is out. Oh no, is Sarah P part of the clan, is she? She is part of the clan in Texas. Sarah P goes into prisons and reads to all the inmates and stuff on her spare time. She flashes them a lot. I'm joking, by the way, in case Sarah P starts shouting at me. I'm joking. So, hey Christine, how are you, my darling? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, I thought we'd play this today. I'm not really in the mood for streaming too much, so I remember this being made into a Law and Order episode. Maybe that's where I saw it. Mexi, that's maybe where I saw it. And shout out to you, Mexi. As always, nice to see you. There you go. So that's why they're still crazy, because Love You RP visits them. Yes. She'll hate me for that, though, so I have to be nice to her sometimes. Sarpi wasn't here yesterday. She took a day off yesterday. She was busy in work yesterday. So I hope everything's going well with you, Sarah, and that you're back with us today. But yeah, we'll watch this today. I'm not sure how long this is going to last for, but we'll see. But I don't plan on doing much else. The trial that I was going to play, I think I'm going to put it to the side. Yeah. We'll see if there's any new trials that come out as well. I need to actually go in here because it's hard. But trials are like buses. Once you get one, there's like 10 that come straight after. So I want to be careful when we stream for a little bit, just in case there's anything that comes up. Let me just check. Excuse me, YouTube as well. Oh, jeepers. It's I was up late last night, I suppose, but I am let's check that then. I was up early this morning. No, it's not there. Okay. Where else can I check then? I'm just checking to see if there's any updates for trials. Trial. And yeah, for those that don't know, Cara Reid's motion to release the sidebars, that'll be interesting as well. If they do release the sidebars for that. Law and crime, is it? Law and crime trials. Can you imagine if the trial that we watched just last couple of days, if every trial was like that? A day of trial, then guilty within like an hour and a half. Anyway, there's no trials there, so it's fine. Good morning to you, Jen. Jen, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I took yesterday off to. So what happened is we were just watching the Orlando Magic player murder trial. You know, the Lawrence Doherty one. Closing statements were like lasted about an hour and a half, and then he was found guilty within, I think it's now 1.5 as well. So it was very quick trial, very quick verdict. So hello, Karen. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. Good morning to you. What a cute dog that is. There you go, Genty. What were you doing up so late? I'm sure I don't really want to know. No, nothing bad. Don't worry. Not everyone's like you, Sarah P. Not everyone's like you. What was your guilty of murder too? I zoomed yesterday's last night. I couldn't believe there was a verdict. Yeah, I knew there would be a verdict quite quick, but I did expect it to be that quick. You know, I thought it might be like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours or something. But no, one question and then back they come. Wow, Lady Di, guilty. There you go. Here she is, the gilf. How are you, Lady Law? How are you, my darling? Hope you're doing well. I need to text you as well. See how you're doing. Hope everything's well with you. New profile picture as well. Look at you. Check you out. But yeah, hope everything's well with you, my darling. Right, let's refresh this page. just in case that they are starting already. Oh shit, no, wrong. Do not refresh the stream. Refresh just this. Okay, they're not there yet. Fine. That's fine. I'll put that there, put that there. There you go. So yeah, I'm not sure how long this is going to be today. It might just be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I don't know. How long is a piece of string, everybody? I have no idea. You could probably tell me. I do not know. I don't know if you guys know of any trials upcoming either. Every trial that I would be covering, doing deep dives in, I've all gone to plea deals. Every single one of them plea deals. Like I think that's 3 now or 4 plea deals. Unbelievable. Lady Lord got a hand up. Hi. Hey Terry. Oops, wrong one. Hi Terry. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. I hate when streams are late. Come on. 14:30. Come on. Let's go. Let's see what's going to happen with it. Because I thought she's been released anyway. So I'm not, is she contesting it or what's? Are they just double checking it, or is this rubber stamping it, or I don't actually know. Or maybe this says something. Hang on. More guys is seeking conditional release. Okay, here we go. So she is seeking conditional release from the Winnebago. I've heard that before. Mental Health Institute. Geyser pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree intentional homicide after stabbing a classmate in an attempt to please Slenderman, a fictional horror character. She was 12 years at the time. Old at the time. Geyser made 3 similar requests for conditional release, withdrawing 2 of the petitions. The third was denied. The co-defendant, Anissa Weir, was released from the facility in 2021. But also, Anissa Weir has shown a lot more remorse, I believe, and she wasn't the one that, I think, knifed her, and she's shown remorse from the start, whereas this one hasn't shown as much, I don't believe, at the start. So, and she was sentenced to 40 years and not 25 years. Anissa was sentenced to 25 years, and she's out now. So, here we go. I saw something jump in there, something twiddled there. Let me refresh it again. No. Oh, it has. So it'll be coming to picture now. That's fine. Let's have a look at this then. For all you freaks out there, and there's plenty of you out there, let's do this then. I literally found this as I was preparing to do the other one. Okay. I can see why Sarah P likes this. Okay. Okay, let me put this on there. So for those who don't know, this is Slenderman. This is Sarah P's fantasy man. Like she gets to cheat with this guy. Here he is. So this is Slenderman. Also known as Slenderman is a supernatural creature with whatever new something. Defined characteristics, abilities. Slenderman was first mentioned something awful forms create. There you go. But yeah, so Slenderman is scary, but as I say, it's Sarah's fantasy. So right, let me get this out. Wikisite says Mass just let 100 defendants out of jail because of lack of public defenders. Labour dispute, more releases to follow until they resolve. There you go. That's the way to do it. I mean, I'd much rather see that than to see people just held in in jails. You know, don't have enough coverage. Get out. Obviously, I'm sure there's a few people out there we don't want out there, but still, he's scary. This is how you deal with me, like Sarah P does. Just don't bite. Sarah P, you know me too well now. They spent the whole budget on the Karen Reed case. It's unfortunate, isn't it? Absolutely unfortunate. My boys were around the same age as these girls at the time. They were all into Slenderman. It's 2014. I'd be honest with you, I'd never heard of him before. I'd never heard of Slenderman. Slenderman. They did that a few weeks ago, I believe. It's disgusting, but they had over 2 minutes spent trying. Yeah, it is disgusting, but it's the right thing rather than leaving people in jail. It's their own fault. They should never prosecuted Karen as hard as they did. Let this be a lesson to Morrissey and all them, even though they don't give a shit, I know, but still. If you're going to commit a crime, now is the time. Joking, I know. Can you imagine? Morning, Rehab. How are you? There you go. That's fine. I hope you're doing well, my darling. Hope things are well. The releases happen when they reach 45 days in jail without a public defender signed. It'll be an ongoing thing. Yes, I read about this last month. Actually, yeah, I did read about it. Well, I'm sure that they. I don't know. I'm sure that they got some sort of, hierarchy where they go in, right, okay, this person did some shit, so really bad, so the public defender we have to get. I'm sure they're not going to be trying to release the worst of the worst. I think like petty crime things is probably what they're releasing. I don't know. I have nothing to go on. I'm just guessing, but there you go. So yeah, that's where we're at with everything. $68 an hour. How much did Brendan make an hour? What was he making? About $2.50, is it? I don't remember. There's documents for it, but I think it was $2.50. I remember because Peter Trigos did a stream on it, and I remember he said whatever it was. Peter Trigos said he was very cheap wherever it was. Like, I mean, $250 is not cheap by far, but apparently for this type of case, it was very cheap. I thought they'd be making $68 more than that, to be honest with you. I thought they'd be making more than that, Wicked. By the Constitution, don't matter. Oh, okay, there you go. Thank you for teaching me something today, Lady Di. It's not very often you teach me or anybody anything, Lady Di, so I appreciate you for that. We've all got something we've learned today. No, thanks for sharing that Wicked sites as well. That's interesting. I forgot everything about that. But that's not very much, is it? $68. Ooh, I thought it'd be more than that, if I'm being honest. But again, I'm not really an expert on that sort of thing. So, although $68 an hour would be too much for the defense we saw yesterday. Yes, that's true as well. That's true as well. Craziest cops, they will make more money and do zero. Yeah. Right. Court TV have just tweeted out, but there's still nothing. They're saying they're going live now, so we'll just wait a second. This will be interesting because I remember this case, but I've not followed this case. So, we'll see. It'll be interesting. Oh, is it average lawyer rate? That's interesting to know. That this is why it winds me up a bit. $318 an hour, but then the jury only get $50. And before people start, I know $50 is a lot compared to other states, but still, it's not a lot. Do you know what I mean? I think jurors should be paid well, much more than they are paid at the moment. In every state, I know some states are like fucking $8 an hour. How can you live off $8? And there's a few $14 and stuff. Like you just can't live off that, and you know, no, they don't. No, they don't. I think everywhere in America should be up. It's too low everywhere. I mean, I know people, and it's probably one of them that looked at it, goes, "Oh, Massachusetts gives $50." That's which is high, obviously, compared to everyone else. But there's so many of them um, that are very low. Hang on, I don't know who this is. Let me answer this. Hello.
Oh, hello. Faint siarad y Dylan?
Siarad.
Oh, hello. Siop pam sydd fan hyn?
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Ffwno fi wneud. Mi oedd dy fam mewn hunain gofyn am ydy'r teins fan hyn.
Do, na ni.
So ni wedi ffwno lan i'r gwmni na trwy gweld beth o beth.
So that was a bit of Welsh for you. I did notice I was unmuted. So, yeah, I don't know what they get. I don't know. On the area, rulers are obviously lower than city. Yeah, no, well, I think the rural ones are like $8 to $14. I wish is for me just way too low anyway. So I think it's everywhere should be a lot higher than they are. Basically, the cost of living here is crazy. It is. It's so bad here. Figure income, struggle paycheck to paycheck. 6 figures. Good morning, Keith. Spacey Stacy, yes, making 100k a year sounds like a lot, but not when the average house is over 500k a year. No one can afford to buy a house now. It is expensive in Mass. It's like living in frigging Vegas. I'm still waiting for you to start your Learn to Speak Welsh streams. Can you imagine? I should do something like that, shouldn't I? That'd be fun. We'll get Dennis Sweeney on to do it. So anyway, there you go. I don't know why is this so released from Winnebago Mental Health Institute. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Just takes forever to get this started. I don't know why we're taking forever and ever to get started. Stabbed 19 times in a wooded area. Whoa. Just to appease Slenderman. What must be going through your head to do such a thing? Oh no, that's shit. But yeah, we'll see how long this lasts for today. So she's tried this 3 times. Twice she pulled out, and once she denied. So fresh case. And I still remember it. I do still remember these past hearings. So I just thought it'd be something different for us to get our teeth into and to look at today. So it's always good to look at various cases. And as I say, this is something I think we all sort of remember but don't remember. But yeah. And as I say, there's no upcoming trials as such. So we got. Oh shit! Hang on, I'm muting again. Good morning to you. She's like Texas. How are you, my darling? Hope you're doing well. You've been through it a lot, haven't you? Sorry, I was muted because I was on the call. Sorry, people. I was on a call. That's why I was on a call. Thank you so much to you, Donna. Thank you very much for this. Congratulations to Lisa. Oh, Cheryl and S. Oh, I'm glad Cheryl and S got one. She was very sad that she lost her membership. Pomsky Momsky, what a name. RJNLC, Stace Cakes, Quizzical Girl, Zach SXUK, Reese, A Sparky 2, and Maureen Coakley. Oh, Maureen is just in now. So there you go. Congratulations to all of you. And thank you to you, Donna, for that, my darling. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing okay. You've been going through it lately, so I hope everything is turning around for you for the positive. Yes, I was. Thank you again from Sarah P as well. Muted. I was speaking to a store here in Wales. I was trying to get something ordered, so they just called me back. So that's what that was. Welcome to our news members, and hello to you, Sue. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. But yeah, there you go. Interesting, Daffy. My parents frequently travel to Mexico. They have Bibles in Spanish they take with them when they go. Oh, okay. What did Daffy say? I missed it. If the Bible's in Welsh, yeah, we do. There is a Welsh Bible. Yes, there is a Welsh Bible. Yes, I've not read the Welsh Bible for. I don't know, but yeah, I think most I've got the English, but there is a Welsh Bible. Yeah, there's Welsh church and Welsh songs and and all that. Yes, so. My Dunkin's coffee. That's nice. That hits differently to this morning. Where am I at here? Why is it taking so long? Talking about the troublemaker. Here he is. Daddy Sweeney, how are you, fella? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope the weather's not too bad over there in Massachusetts, in Canton. Hope you're doing well. I hope the garden's going well. I hope Brenda's okay as well. Hope everyone is doing good. Now you got the standout in Canton tomorrow. I'm not sure if you got that on or not. Unfortunately, Laura Murray and Kate Peters' hearing yesterday that Dennis went to was cancelled because her attorney did not turn up. So it's been postponed until the 29th of August. That's Krusty Panties, Kate Peters, and Lauren Murray, the lovely Laura Murray. Laura Murray's a lovely lady. They have been harassed by Krusty Panties. So yeah, so Dennis is back in the garden today, probably pottering around, trying to use this weather to get some flowers and stuff going. I need to cut my wheatgrass tomorrow, Dennis. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Cut my wheatgrass and juice them, and I think I'm giving up on it then because it's not good. Well, I think it's gone okay, but not as well as I had hoped. So. I'm looking at what else I can juice instead. So watch this space. There you go. My son just reading this morning. He has been both languages side by side. Oh, there you go. Thank you, sir. Trying to find John Delgado. He got arrested. Oh, jeepers. John. What's John? John. Oh, John. I'll speak to you offline. What's he doing? Spacey Stacy, cheated Stacy. Good morning, Dennis Sweeney. There you go. Spacey Stacy out there in Massachusetts, working the streets. I'm annoyed. Wait, why are we so late starting this case? What's going on? I hate waiting, especially when I don't know much about this case, so I can't really go into it too much depth. So, good morning, Dennis. Good morning to Brenda. Everyone always says good morning to Brenda rather than Dennis. Everyone's like, "Oh, hi, Des," but yeah, make sure that you pass on our love to Brenda. Oh, Lenhart. Okay. Oh, jeepers. Yeah, John is a bit of a character. We'll leave it there, shall we? Leave it there. I met him a couple of times. Always nice to me. Always nice to me when I was out there. So I got no complaints. But yeah, look, we were discussing just now about the release in Massachusetts of a lot of people from jail. And a lot of it, as you said, can't afford it because of what they did to Karen Reed. And to be quite honest, what they're doing to Tailboy, they're spending so much money on him, his case. They got a special prosecuting for him. Cosgrove, why are they bringing in an ex-judge to prosecute him? So yeah, they're throwing money at cases that shouldn't be in court, and then other people get to walk free, and they might deserve to be in prison. I don't know, but Massachusetts is going to Massachusetts. What are you gonna do? I got a bit of Indy today, Indy 500, and a bit of Patriots as well. So a bit of mixing today. So thank you to Hippie Chick for that. It's been quiet in chat. J-Mac's not here today, so it's been a bit quiet in chat so far. As I say, we covered the trial yesterday. If you haven't seen it, it's still there. I implore you to watch it because it's only like a day, literally just a day, and that's it. You can zoom it through in about 5-6 hours. It's how not to do a trial by the defense attorney, I think, is what we say. Anyway, again, if you stick around here, this is ad free. You will not get any ads on this channel, so feel free to stick around just to watch that. You can mute me if you want to or need to. That's absolutely fine as well. But we do not speak over the commentary, and we do it all ad free. So Pats look good in practice. You won't be down there though. Have you just watched it online? Is it too? It's probably too hot to be down there, is it? Probably too hot. Hot. Oh yeah. Hello, Joni. Hello to you, my darling. Good morning. I'm watching from a lodge in Glacier National Park in Montana. Oh, nice. Sitting in front of the fireplace, knitting a sweater and listening to you. Oh, I'm sorry that you have to listen to me, Joni. There's better people to listen to. However, you are very welcome here. And that's really nice. From a lodge in Glacier Park, National Park in Montana. Oh, that sounds nice. Not sure. It's sitting in front of a fireplace though. Is it cold then in Montana? But yeah, I love that. It's old school knitting sweaters. I love that. It's a skill set that people don't do as often now. Knitting sweaters. Brenda Sweeney loves knitting as well. So, but yeah. So here we are. There you go. Thank you, Sarah. Some options there. So yeah. Stopped and watched 2 days. Okay. Yeah, it's too hot there in Massachusetts. The weather's quite nice here in the UK, if I'm being honest with you. It's not too hot. There's a bit of blue sky, but it's not hot at all. Sounds like a wonderful morning. Mother of, I'm not sure if you can see this, people, but update. Due to technical issues at the courthouse, we will not be able to live stream this hearing. So they're not able to live stream it. So yes, it's in the 50s the evening. Okay, so it's not too bad. Oh, yeah, of course, it's morning with you. Yes. Yeah, I'm dull. It's afternoon here, so it's morning with you. Okay. Well, there you go. You keep doing it because I love a good knitted jumper. I do. Hey, and talking about heroes, people, here's Nancy. How are you, my darling? Nancy's one of the warriors and boots on the ground. I've not seen you for a while. It's nice to see you, Nancy, as always. Similar to Annie, tell her I still do the ginger shots. The wheatgrass has not been such a success. I've grown them and they've been all right, but yeah, not great. There you go. So, people, that is a flat shot thing then. You could probably read it here. Due to technical issues at the court, we will not be able to live stream the hearing. And let me just double check, though, that no one else is doing that. I miss you too, Nancy, and I miss Annie as well. I can tell you one thing, people. two of the nicest people you'll meet is Nancy and Annie. They're like the terrible duo. So, I mean, just they're so lovely. So if you ever go to Massachusetts, make sure you see Nancy and Annie. They're always together and they're wonderful, wonderful people. And I'm not just saying that; they are. No. Oh, hang on. I got it. Hang on, I got it. Hang on, people, I got it. Boo. I know, but I got one, Mexi. Hang on, I got one. Hang on. Right, this is right. Hang on, let me just do this. Let me boost it for Deb, even though she's not here, but we'll still boost it for Deb. Hang on, here we go. Share screen. There you go, people. Here.
And there was going to be a staff monitoring via camera from a different location. This placement is really supportive of Morgan growing and transitioning back into the community.
And again,
Right, let me go take it back to the start. I think we missed a little bit. We're 2 minutes behind. I think we do miss a little bit, but this is that.
And then there was going to be a staff monitoring via camera from a different location. This placement is really supportive of Morgan growing and transitioning back into the community.
and again, for the record, with the GPS monitoring and the other issues that are covered in the latest conditional release plan, you don't believe there's any safety concerns for the community?
I do not. So GPS monitoring is done through DOC. So anytime that Ms. Geyser would be out of where she's supposed to be, the monitoring center in Madison is immediately notified, and a warrant can be put out for her arrest.
And again, under the terms of the plan, per my request, the GPS monitoring can't be removed without my prior approval.
That is correct.
Based on what seems to be the consensus that Sun Prairie really doesn't have standing to object, as both Attorney Cotton and I think the city attorney acknowledged, and more importantly, the findings of DHS that they had adequately investigated this facility, that given the protections that are contained in the plan, which I have reviewed in great detail, which include but are not limited to GPS monitoring, I don't think there's anything inappropriate about this particular placement, and I will approve the conditional release plan as recently submitted. Anything else? Like anybody else want to be heard?
Your Honor, I appreciate you letting the city be here. The city would simply ask for some additional clarification, and perhaps we can have a conversation with Ms. Graffett afterwards about what we can do to communicate to our residents should this become a concern. Our big concern is public transparency. I don't think that Ms. Geyser deserves to be locked inside a house and never be allowed to see the sun. That's not an appropriate placement for anyone. That's inhumane. But I want to make sure that if our residents see her in the community, we have some sort of ability to respond. Like, yes, we were aware, we're comfortable with the plan in place. And I appreciate that everyone is bound by a very strict statute in terms of what they can release to us. But I think anything that we would be able to share with our residents, that we were informed of the placement, that the court approved the plan after ensuring that our residents would be safe, that there is this GPS monitoring, anything that we would be able to share to our residents to kind of assuage them of their safety.
I'm fairly certain Ms. Grout would be happy to participate in those kind of discussions. Is that right, Ms. Grout?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And I would encourage it. I believe they will do everything possible. This is obviously a difficult situation for everybody. We are trying to balance. We got a lot of spinning plates. We're trying to make it better for everybody moving forward. Let Ms. Geyser move on with her life, keep the community safe. And I think this plan, and it took us a while to get here, don't get me wrong. I think this is a good balance of all of those concerns, and that's why I'm approving it. Anything else from anybody here today?
No, thank you, Judge.
Well, thank you. Anybody on video? Thank you. Have a good day, everybody.
You do.
Hello, lovely. Well, I don't know what the fuck just happened now. So let's check what happened there, because
There was a subsequent petition to revoke.
Right. Well, let's watch it from the start. We'll watch it from the start. That's it. That's what she said. That's it. That's what she said. We'll watch it from the start. Is this? Yes. Let's watch it from the start. This is a bit of a longer one.
25, there's a hearing on the first plan where we just had an issue about the proximity to the victim was discovered, and we tried to reset and do it again.
I don't know why he's buffering like he's buffering.
And I hold a hearing, the court held a hearing on July 17th, and required 2 additional components, but conditionally approved the plan. One is that I get control over any change in placement or removal of GPS monitoring. On July 18th, the
Do you know what it is? This is his technical issues that they were talking about. So this might buffer a little bit because Core TV did not play it because they said there's technical issues. And you can see that now. There's technical issues. Hey, lovely. No, you not missed anything. We'll play it from the start, but it's going to buffer a lot, I think. And there's times where the judge is going to cut out. That's why Core TV did not play it. But if you bear with us, we'll get the gist of it, I think. So here we go.
plan is submitted, and the court
What a motherfucker. Come on.
approved the plan. July 25th. This week, a new plan is filed, changing the details, mostly specifically identifying the treatment.
Oh, this.
With my. Is it okay if I start? Absolutely. If anybody can answer the question.
Answer the question because I spoke with Ms. Graff 2 times about that. So basically, the bottom line is that the original home that had been proposed, was generally in the Manitowoc area. That home, as I understand it, was essentially being, and I don't want to mistake, we have this built for Miss Geyser. There were no other patients that were going to that facility. It was just Miss Geyser. That had been approved. Nobody.
Hello, Miss Watts. How are we doing with that then?
What they consider to be a more suitable location for Miss Geyser. That's why you mentioned Sun Prairie at the beginning of this hearing.
This court.
Generally, as I residents that it's been in existence for a longer period of time. It offers more treatment.
Just a reminder, this is the court buffering, not my side. This is them.
For example, or knitting, some excursions, maybe some gardening. And so it was DHS's position that that facility was better. And obviously they're under the statutes under 97117. Once the court approves the conditional release, DHS has to formulate the plan. So they had presented the plan to you. After that hearing, they called me because I've been involved in this Geyser's life now for 12 years. And they said, what's your thought about this home? My thought all along has been, Judge Bourne approved her release back in January. I just want her to move on to the next phase. That's my overarching concern, and Morgan's too. But obviously, if you have a facility that's been in existence for a longer period of time, I imagine there's savings associated with that as well, probably because it's built, to speak, for Miss Geyser. Sounded like there's somebody, maybe some age-appropriate person who might have been there also, so she could have some interaction with a peer that's her age. So what I said to them, Judge, in the interest of transparency, I just said I'm fine with that. It's not my job to stand in the way of DHS. If you think Sun Prairie is better, then submit it, and we'll see what happens with that. So that's the background. That's what.
This is so annoying to watch this, but at least we get to hear some of it. What I got is the you probably haven't watched it, but you might have heard of it. Do not Google it because the verdict came out yesterday. It's a trial in Texas, and I had this set up for today, so we'll watch that one. I'll redirect us to that one. We'll start afresh. So it's a trial that just finished yesterday, but we'll cover it, and it'll be done in a day. So here we go. But let's watch this first.
You got that modified plan, and then basically the treatment all remain the same. There's different providers, but the condition hasn't changed. There's been no change with Miss Geyser that necessitated them changing the home. It's not like she became more dangerous, for example, and they needed a more secure facility. It was strictly from a holistic perspective. They felt this facility was better, and that's why they offered it.
Steve?
Thank you, Judge. I did believe that the hearing was necessary, obviously, because of the change in placement. I think that the court has now required that your approval any change in placement for her. And so even though she's not going to, it's appropriate that we come back together. Comply with victim rights legislation, and I can tell the court that the department also spoke with the victims about this change. What I can tell the court, the victims don't wish to address you directly, but I do have some kind of background information that I think can help give you at least some semblance of understanding of how this is quite a different process from the last, from the co-defendant that was released, simply because all of this plan is sealed and confidential. And so it's very difficult for the victims because they're not able to know anything about the plan. And so they kind of feel like they're in a position of having to just basically trust what they're being told by the department. They appreciated the discussion that the department had with them about the differences between the facilities, and it sounds like they did have quite a lengthy conversation about, I'm assuming, kind of what Attorney Cotton just informed the court, but in more detail. And I think that after that conversation, they felt sort of like this new facility was perhaps the lesser of two evils, and they thought potentially that would be a safer place for placement. But in the end, they really have no insight into what the terms of the plan are. And so their overarching request is just that you, judge, do your due diligence and use your best judgment to make sure that the placement is going to offer the most protection for their daughter, the victim. Because they don't know what's in the plan. That's really all they can do is ask that you use your due diligence. So they are also not really understanding why this all happened after we seemingly had a plan and now we're back again. Other than that, those were kind of the feelings that I wanted to relate to you on behalf of the victim, and just note that we are in compliance with victim rights legislation. I don't have a lot of insight into the minutia of the differences between these facilities. So I don't feel equipped to offer you any type of opinion on, I would rely on the victim's wishes. I know that they seemed to believe that this new replacement might be more appropriate. But I would really leave it to you to ask the questions that you think need to be asked of the department to determine why this change was made and why this placement is better. Understanding that at the end of the day, the conditional release was granted, and so we need to make a decision here at a point in time where we can move forward to the next step. And I understand that, the victims understand that, and that's hopefully something that we can accomplish. So those are really my thoughts on the issue. If you have any other questions, I can answer those, but that's really all I wanted to offer the court today.
Thank you. And believe me, the court's goal is to expedite this too, as much as I enjoy seeing you all. Okay, here's my question. I do think under the statute, and I'm going to talk to DHS in a minute, I do think under the statute, the municipality was entitled to they had sufficient notice. I just don't. But my question is, and I don't know the answer, so I'm asking, is Michelle?
Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt. I'll respond when I
Okay.
can.
Is the municipality entitled to see part of the conditional release plan to assuage some of their potential concerns about security?
What I was just going to say when you made the comment about the 24 hours notice is under the statute that the county cites, 971-17 sub 3 sub E, there is a requirement that once conditional release has been granted, that the municipal department be notified. So what the statute says specifically is that an order for conditional release places the person in the custody in control of the Department of Health Services. A conditionally released person is subject to the conditions set by the court, obviously, and then the rules set by the Department of Health Services. Before the person is conditioned, releasing this Geyser, they actually have about a week's notice.
Bear with me. I got echo.
And the statute doesn't even talk about their notice before the person is actually released. So I don't want to, I'm just reading the language, that's all. You can parse it however you see fit, however you want to give notice, but the statute also doesn't give them the right to object. It doesn't say anything about their right to be heard on that. The statute doesn't give them authority to weigh in on that. It simply requires that they be notified. And so whether it's 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, the bottom line is that the obligation is for the court to notify them and nothing more. They are not a party to the action. And my position is they have no right to even be heard, file anything, or intervene on that.
The city attorney for Sun Prairie is here. Do you have a response to that?
Of the statute. My concern is that we are given this notice. I don't even believe we're aware of the release date until just now, when he indicated that. And so we were informed yesterday that Ms. Geyser was going to be placed in our community. And I understand that she needs to be released, and she needs to be released somewhere that can provide an appropriate level of care. My concern is with this particular placement within our community because of its location. And without knowing any of the conditions of the conditional release plan, which I understand we can't know under 5130, it's very hard for us to ascertain whether or not this could truly be an appropriate placement, whether or not our police department will be able to adequately serve the needs of the community under the plan. Because all we know is that she's going to be placed in a community that's a densely populated with close proximity to a number of schools.
I wish this court was better. No wonder Court TV did not stream it. So just remember, it's a court, not me, people. This is not me. Welcome, Nanny Do. Where's my thing going? Court is having technical issues, hence the buffering and the pauses. I'm not pausing it; it's still going. I've not paused; it's still going. It's just for whatever reason. Oh.
Statute needs apparently was that I was going to use some time to formulate specific objections and present them. But what you're telling me is because you can't see the plan anyway, you're not going to be able to do that. And it's just the general idea that this guy is going to be placed in the community that is causing you concern.
I think it's this particular location within our community. I don't think we would ever have statutory regulations. We can't review it to determine whether or not we feel more comfortable with it, when we feel more comfortable explaining what occurred to our residents if they find out. If we knew that there were significant conditions, we have no idea what the conditions are. It's our understanding previously that this was a care home for developmentally disabled adults. We didn't want to reach out to the homeowners and speak with them because we didn't want to reach appropriate. And I would just ask the court just to examine that, because the court does know what the conditional release conditions are and the part of the plan is. We don't. So all we know is that we were informed yesterday that someone was going to be released into our community, into a densely populated residential area adjacent to a was throughout the community. And we had significant concerns about that for the safety of our community.
Let's speak to who's here for DHS. Ms. Groff?
Yes, Your Honor.
Speak with location for placement.
And But in Miss Geyser's case, she's not a sex offender. There's no history or any concern in any of her evals of her being close to any schools, any parks. So that does not raise a major concern, along with all the things we put in place in the plan to mitigate any risk.
Okay, and I have reviewed the plan line by line and compared it to the prior one, and I do note that all of the concerns I had were addressed in there, as well as LSS, because it's a different treatment provider, correct?
So LSS is our case management provider that DHS contracts with. So yes, the forensic coordinator will be Jamie Fisher, out of Dane County. Her supervisor, Sarah Spoor, and then the DOC conditional release agent will be Daniel Dad.
And it just, you heard I don't know if you received the letter from Sun Prairie today? Have you seen it?
I did.
Okay.
I did via email.
Okay, and is it your conclusion that the concerns by Sun Prairie are adequately addressed by your investigation, which led to placement of this particular facility?
If you could just give me 1 second to add a little quick. Your Honor, I do believe are the things we have put in place in the plan mitigate any risk.
And then, I need to cut you off, please go ahead.
So, and you know, I contacted the police department yesterday as to see, just to make potential release. Usually, police departments and community find out just from the order for placement that someone is coming to the community. But I did reach out to the chief just because I wanted to have open conversation about it and open communication.
Spoke about some of the reasons that this one, I have no doubt that Attorney Cotton's recount of DHS, can you just, for me, for purposes of there to hear in terms of this guys?
Absolutely.
Come on. There's only a few minutes left, so I think it gets a little bit better in a second.
Monitoring center in Madison is immediately notified, and a warrant can be put out for her arrest.
And again, the be removed without my.
That is correct.
Based on what seems to be the consensus that Sun Prairie really doesn't have standing to object, both Attorney Cotton and I think the city acknowledge, and more importantly, the frequently investigated facility that, given the protections that are contained in the plan, which I have reviewed, which include but are not limited to GPS monitoring, I don't think there's anything inappropriate about this particular placement. I will produce, I will approve the conditional release plan. Anybody else want to be heard?
Appreciate you letting the city be here. The city would simply ask for some additional clarification and perhaps about what we can do to communicate. Our big concern is public transparency. You know, I don't think that Ms. Geyser deserves to be. with our residents here in the community.
Okay, it seems to have gone off again for whatever reason. So they do authorize the plan, and she will be released when it was planned, I believe. Let's have a look. When is she actually going to be released? Let's take a look. Bear with me. Whoa, I was quite near there, wasn't I? And then we will go to the next trial. The next trial will be on another stream. So, okay. Here we go. So she's due to be released. Oh, it just says in 2025, but I think it's really upcoming now. So she's due to be released this year in the next month, I suppose, into a group home, and then from there she will be there until 2058. 2058 under supervision. That's why he's talking about the ankle monitor and stuff. That she won't be the only person that will be able to show that she has the ankle monitor off is him. He has that authority. No one else has that authority. So yeah, so she'll be let out. So 2014, she was 12. So what are we now? 2025. So that's 11 years, 12. So 23, 22, 23 years old. Good afternoon, Ape. How are you, my darling? I agree with you as well. It doesn't develop. And I do think they've shown remorse since. The other one went out in 2021 when she was 19, I think. Yeah. So I think a group home is more of a she can come and go and stuff like that. Just as an ankle monitor. I think it's just for her own safety. I don't think she has, as in she may not be all there. So, but also it probably will be less than that. Judge rule on Thursday, Matt. Let's have a look here. Hang on. Right, hang on. I'll play you this now. This will probably give you more information, and this is a 2-minute stream. So here we go. I just found it now.
After an attempt to block Morgan Geyser's conditional release, a judge just ruled that the Slenderman stabbing defendant can transition to a group home.
Waukesha County reporter Brett Lemoyne joins us live with what happens next here, Brett.
Yeah, Ben and Kim, basically, they're staying the course here with Morgan Geyser's conditional release. Today's hearing was called after the Wisconsin Department of Health Services learned about a book Geyser was reading titled Rent Boy. Prosecutors say that book was about a murder. Geyser stabbed a classmate 19 times to please the fictional character known as Slenderman back in 2014. Prosecutors argued there are unknown risks in Geyser's conditional release. The judge heard testimony about Geyser's communication with a true crime fan. He visited her at the Winnebago Mental Health Institute 3 times in June of 2023. Geyser gave him a drawing of a decapitated, bleeding figure, but ultimately stopped contact with him more than a year ago. Prosecutors called those red flags, but ultimately the judge decided Geyser's conditional release can proceed as planned.
I saw no hidden agenda on her part, no lying, no misrepresentation.
Now, that conditional release could be in place by the end of this month. The judge saying that she would then transition to a group home where she would continue to be under strict monitoring and continue to receive mental health treatment there. However, the location of that group home would not be made public due to privacy concerns and also for Geyser's own safety. Reporting live in Waukesha, Brett Lemoyne, Fox 6 News.
Brett, I have to ask, was there any reaction in the courtroom for those who wanted to see her stay in a facility and be treated in-house?
So, Kim, I can't answer that. I can only tell you that we were aware that the victim in this case and her family appeared via Zoom. I was not privy to be able to see what their reaction was to this. Obviously, though, prosecutors were upset that it didn't go, that this release wasn't blocked as they had hoped. But we just spoke with Anthony Cotton, Geyser's attorney, who said that Geyser is thrilled that this is going forward, and he said that this shouldn't have never happened in the first place.
Complicated case. All right, Brett Lemoyne, thank you.
So yeah, there you go. She will be conditionally released. She will be under some sort of supervision, but I think that's why he's saying about the ankle bracelet. That will be her main source of tracking. So she'll be allowed to outside transport everything, but she'll have the ankle monitor on at all times. So yeah, I think there's a lot gone into it. There's definitely loads of cases, hearings gone into this. It wasn't just one hearing. There's a lot of stuff happened because she was only 12. She was tried, I think, believe as a juvenile, so she has that opportunity to rehabilitate on that sense. But she's going to be in a home where she still gets mental health treatment and stuff like that, and to rebuild her life, to basically give her a second chance. I think obviously the victim is aware. I think the victim, from what they were saying, is supportive in the sense of she's fully aware of it. So hopefully the victim herself turned it into a positive thing and went to work in the medical field. I hope, both defendants are able to turn it into a positive thing as a massive, massive second chance for both of them. One's already out in 2021, and we don't know how she's doing. And the other defendant is going to be released pretty soon now. So there you go. Right, everybody. I'm going to close this one down, and it's going to be rebooted onto the next stream where we're going to cover a trial that's already concluded, but we're going to zoom through it all. Thank you, Sarah P. You should be able to go straight over there, as in when I close down. If not, then go to the link there. But thank you, everyone. If you're not coming over, that's fine. But hopefully you do come over. We will watch that trial together. It is the Billy Delgado trial from Texas. It's an assault trial, and we're playing the whole trial. So with that, thank you, everyone. And let me cancel the outro. And yeah, see you over there. You should be able to either press this should redirect you, Wicked, over there. If not, press the link that Sarah sent and you go in there. Maybe Lovely. I don't know. But it's a home, so I believe they probably would be aware, yes, of the type of person that is in there, but probably not aware of, Morgan actually being in there. But they would be aware that the facility exists. So, right, see you over there.